Hi guys, I'm back here at Fittenhill Skate Park again, and I'm back with the two skateboards to try and see what my optimal deck is going to be, my ultimate setup will be. I would have liked to have gone to a different park, but time is not my friend at the minute, and plus I can't be bothered lugging two full setups all around to a different park. It's easy just to walk down to this one, which is 5 minutes from where I live, and do it here. Plus I also did the first video back from Australia here, and that was where I was feeling a bit uncomfortable and felt like the need to do this video, so I think it's good to try and replicate what I did there. And I'm going to use this little fun box game. I'm going to use it as a bank this time, as I did in that video what I just spoke about, and try and do the same tricks there and see if anything feels better, worse, just slight little differences, and see if I can get a better grip there and see which ones feel better. So as you will see, only one setup has wheels on, because in the last video I did of this kind I decided that these Spitfire wheels were the better of the two wheels, probably just because of the bearings more than anything. They are newer bearings, so that's probably why they were better, but we did come up to that conclusion, and I also come up with the conclusion that a heavier board felt better at the start of the session, the lighter board at the end of the session. So I've set the wheels up onto the heavier setup, and we're going to skate with the heavier one first, and then once we've done all the tricks we'll move on to the lighter setup and do all the tricks on that one. Okay, so with the exception of the kickflips, which were a struggle, and I think I flukily managed to figure out what I was doing wrong at the end there. I just did one where my foot was a bit too high up the board, and I thought it was too high up the board, and I did the trick and I nearly landed it. So I carried on doing it that way, and eventually a couple of tries later I landed it. So it was more luck and fortune than anything else. I have to keep that in mind, have a foot higher up the board to flick it. But yeah, other than the kickflip, I feel that went pretty okay. It wasn't too bad. I didn't feel unstable, I didn't feel bad or anything. Even towards the end of it I was feeling okay, obviously because I landed the kickflip at the end. So yeah, that was a heavy board and it didn't feel too bad. I mean, I don't think I could get quite the pop and the jump I would like to with that board. Maybe it's because it's an older board, I don't know, but yeah, let's just move on to a lighter board and maybe I'll be able to figure out what it was that was slightly not there with the pop and the jump, or maybe I won't. Let's see. So there was the lighter board. This one down here, the almost with the titanium trucks. And again, I still didn't feel completely stable on it. There's something, I don't know, it's just I don't feel comfortable stood on the board as I do on the other one. However, I feel like the pop is much better, the tricks are easy to execute, I don't have to put as much effort in. So there's plus sides to both. And I think the conclusion I've come to at the end of this session is that the almost deck, the light deck, is the deck for me. And I think I already knew that anyway, because I've had a few almost decks in my time and I do like the brand, and I think it was pretty obvious that that was the deck for me. But I think this has just cemented that point. So now we have the wheels and the deck sorted, it's just the trucks. And if I'm not feeling completely satisfied and completely balanced with the titanium trucks on that setup, which was the original setup from the beginning, it leads me to think that it's the trucks that are the issue and I need to put the heavier trucks on. But I'm going to do one more test with the trucks. We're going to go out somewhere to a spot, try and hit a few grinds, because I've not done that on this board yet in these tests. And we'll test the trucks out that way, and I'll see if it is the trucks. And it could just be the light setup with the heavier trucks is for me, and that is going to be what I stick with, and I just don't ever buy titanium trucks again. But for now, at this point, I think the almost deck and the Spitfire wheels are top, which takes the heavier deck out and it just leaves the heavy trucks. Maybe it's not the actual full truck, maybe it's the bushings, because I do remember I have got the both Indie Blues, which are medium to firm, medium to hard, but I've got a different shape, the two different shapes in them. I've got like the cone shaped one and the flat cylinder shaped one. I've got different ones in different trucks, so maybe the bushings could be an issue, but we'll look at that in the next episode, and we might try the trucks out and change the bushings out and come up with a solution. I just hope at the end of this I actually do find which is my optimal deck, because right now it's looking like it was the deck I started off with, which is a deck I rode in Australia, which is a light deck, which I don't completely feel comfortable riding on. So if that's the case, then I'm not quite sure what the solution is. But for now, as I said, that completes this testing stage, and we've got another component to add to my perfect setup. So let's move on to the next test, which is going to be the trucks next week. See you later, guys.